everybody, Once Bitten here with another YouTube battle report. This time it's Frankenstein versus the werewolf, and somebody's getting punched in the junk. I don't know, is that how it goes?
That's pretty much how I start them. Hey everyone, this is Once Bitten. So this is Nagash Scenario 2 from the End Times books, Theodoric's Last Charge, my Bretonnians versus Ben's Vampire Count's army. And obviously Ben and I are both sitting here doing the battle report together. Ben, you want to tell us just a little bit about Bull City Wargaming?
Oh yeah, we do a podcast, Tom and Collins and I here in Durham, North Carolina. Bull City Wargaming podcast. If you go to Wargamers USA site, you can find it there. We have a website, bullcitywargaming.com, but I stopped paying for the domain a little while ago, so it may or may not be up.
Awesome. All right, so we had a great scenario one. One thing that Ben brought to my attention is that there are 17 scenarios in this book alone.
There are way more scenarios than I thought.
Yes, and we've committed to do all three books, so we're going to see. We're not committed like married committed. We're committed like
super married.
Going on a second date committed.
Yeah.
Anyways, this scenario two, last game was a lot of fun. It kind of ended. It was a victory for Vampire Counts, but not really.
Completely.
So this is a Theodoric's Last Charge. So special rules here. The VC have a kind of a character tax. They have to bring Archon, the black.
Yeah, but we don't pay for Archon.
But he has to be your general.
Yep.
And if he dies, you lose. Period. Not easy to kill. Toughness 1,000,000, 8 wounds.
Toughness 6, bro. Come on.
Close to 1,000,000.
Armor save 6 up. No war to regen. 8 wounds.
So you also have to bring
Kimmler, Heinrich Kimmler.
Yeah.
So that's it, and that's even shittier.
Yeah.
Than bringing Archon for free.
Yeah, 650 point model for free, but he's not worth 650 because
he
can't cast.
He can't cast in this scenario.
Yeah. So Theodoric, now, I think I misspelled it there, but anyway, I brought the same build as I did my last games. I figured it's the same character.
Sure.
If he does a wound to Archon and then dies, then Brett's lose. That's a really weird kind of thing. Otherwise, it's just straight up victory points. We interpreted the rules that Brett's could roll to go first without losing the ward save. Just by the way it's written, it just said that you roll to see who goes first.
Yeah, it made sense that way.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, no, I'm being generous. We're in scenario play. If we were on table 1, I'd be like, no, bro.
Sorry about that.
That's not the rules.
And the game's only 5 turns, so Vampire Counts. Ben, why don't you quickly run through your list?
Sure. On the right there is Archon the Black, nice and blurry. He's the Mortarch of Sacrament. I don't know the Sacrament of what, but he can't cast. He's free. He's strength 5 T6, 8 wounds, 6 up region. No, 6 up armor. No saves of any kind other than that. Next to him, the werewolf-looking thing. That's a Vargolf. And then I've got a unit of 4 Blood Knights with the Flag of Blood Keep. There's a Vampire BSB in there with an Ogre Blade, Enchanted Shield, Red Fury, and a Vampire Lord with Night Shroud, Talisman of Preservation, Other Trickster Shard, Red Fury, level 2 vampires. The BSB is also level 1 vampires, and the Vampire Lord has a great weapon. This is my kill unit. I'm going to go ahead and use this really poorly throughout the game.
Okay. All right, so obviously a unit of dogs.
Yeah, and then a unit of 50 skeletons with Kimmler and 2 Tomb Banshees.
Sexy.
Yep. Another unit of dogs, unit of 21 skeletons, unit of 10 skeletons, and there's another unit of 21 skeletons in there.
Yeah, and then hide in the corner.
Yeah, Terrorgeist, definitely afraid of everybody, mostly trebuchets.
So the VC could deploy up to the 15-inch line. I had to deploy in the 2 back corners. So this is my back left corner, and the reason I'm facing left is because this unit would not fit normally. Oh, special rule, I totally forgot about this.
Yeah, this is exciting.
So as long as you had at least 15 models in a unit, you could go as many models as you wanted. So I brought a 23-man Knight of the Realm unit, and I put a couple characters in there. You can see their builds. And I had to face them to the left just so they would fit in the little triangle that they allowed me. So I've got Peg Knights top left, Trebuchet in the bottom corner. Then there's Theodoric. He's my heroic killing blow, Heartwood Lance stuff. Another weird rule is every time I deployed, I had to go bounce back and forth between the 2 corners.
Yeah, that had to be a whole thought experiment going on there, really tough for you.
Yeah, it worked out. I mean, I was happy enough with it. So I got a small Knight Errant unit just as a bunker for my Prophetess. I wanted to be able to 6-dice stuff without killing an important unit. I couldn't have anything in the middle, so this is my right flank. I've got a small unit of knights errant with 2 paladins, a trebuchet, and more knights, peg knights. So these are peg knights on the left, vanguarding up. So I knew I had a decent chance of going first because I was +1. But for some reason, I vanguarded these so that I couldn't charge turn 1 because I'm really smart like that.
Yeah, it's not the best moment. I feel like I outdid you in the long term, though. So.
These guys, I thought about staying closer and charging your dogs turn 1, but I couldn't take the chance of you going
If
first.
I got that first turn, I'd just blend those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we roll off, and Brett's do get to go first. I love it when that happens. So basically, I want to get Theodoric at near his general, and I want to charge him my turn and get Savage Beast off. That's my game plan. I think it's a good one. I have no idea how to deal with his Blood Knights, the 2 vampires. The rest of his army I'm not worried about.
No,
anyway.
the rest of my army is pretty garbage.
Yeah, so I'll take Peg Knights, even into 20 skeletons. I'll take Peg Knights in there because I think ultimately I wear them down.
Yeah, you just yeah.
Let's see. During the shooting phase, I do land a rock on the. I scatter and barely nick a Terrorgeist,
yep.
so I do 1 wound to him.
Mm-hmm.
Magic does nothing. We go to Vampire Counts turn 1, and it looks like that.
All right, here's the thing, guys. You want to see an incredibly awesome set of bad decisions. This is it. Okay, so first of all, you notice what's not on the screen. If you look on the far right of the screen, what is not there is Archon the Black. He has to be the general in this scenario, something I realized after all this, after the deployment had happened. So he's kind of off not being a good general for anybody, which is super great. Then you can see where I moved the dogs up to screen the Vargulf. Why is the Vargulf only like 2 inches behind the dogs? I don't know. Can you imagine that some unit might overrun into the Vargulf?
I don't know.
I don't know. Crazy talk.
Crazy. It's not like there's a unit of knights right in front of the dogs or anything.
I'm not sure what to do with all these skeletons on the other flank who have no general around to help them out. They can't really move very much, and neither can that. Oh, here we go. So yeah, Archon, I just took him all the way up here. He's just not going to be helpful. So.
What was your plan for him over here?
I need to get rid of the trebuchet because honestly, I think we played it pretty. You played it pretty nice in not just trebucheting Archon nonstop every turn. I don't think you shot him every turn that you could, but honestly, game could end turn 1 if you just get a couple good rocks on him and call it a day.
Yeah, but you were out of range of one of my trebuchets.
I kept out of range of 1, but then I've got to get rid of the trebuchet, and he's actually the best equipped for it.
Sure.
As a big flying guy.
Okay. So what I should have done is if I had remembered that this guy can regenerate every wound that Archon does in combat, he gets wounds back. Had I known that, I probably would not have shot at him. I probably should have shot at your vampire blenders because they don't get lookout saves. Yep. Your BSB or something. That's but hindsight's 20/20. So Bretonnian's turn 2, lots of charging going on. So if you look in the top right, he put those dogs with an easy charge range of my knights, with an easy overrun into the Vargulf. Just a huge blunder.
What a dum-dum.
Yeah, huge blunder. Bring my general over to mess with Archon. I'm bringing my knights errant over with the prophetess because I want her help. With magic, given Savage Beast off. Now, on the top left, I didn't plan this. I charged the huge night bus into a small bunker of skeletons, but because the Peg Knights were on the hill, they were blocking them, so I couldn't close the door, so the skeletons had to close the door to me, which lined it up with a perfect overrun to the flank of his large unit.
Yeah, super cool. Another good planning moment on my part. And the horrible part of that was you didn't realize it, and then I was like, I'm going.
Yeah, I know. I can't even take credit for it.
It's gonna be great.
So this is on the right. I don't know what to do with the Blood Knights and the 2 vampires, but
I think you handled them perfectly. You just got out of the way and called it good.
That's why, yeah. I love look at that unit of knights, man. That's freaking awesome.
That's the best part of playing Bretonnia right there.
That's pretty sweet. And of course, the Peg Knights charge at small unit of skeletons on the left. Yep,
and they'll get stuck there most of the game. That was nice.
I'm okay with that.
Stuck on the next unit.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Though.
Yeah, which is fine.
They're not going to help me with Archon or with your Black Knights. So.
Right.
They would have helped. Yeah. Anyway, so this guy hits Archon, does 3 wounds to him, which at the time seemed nice.
Yep.
But now all you have to do is charge a trebuchet, kill it, and you get those 3 wounds back. Yep. So that was dumb. It would have been really nice. Yeah. Anyway. The other trebuchet blows up.
Yep.
That sucked. And so I totally wiped out the unit, overran into the flank of this other unit, and lost 5 knights in the woods.
MVP in my game. I think you did 6 or 7 wounds to him too, and saved a couple.
I saved a couple. But you
Yeah.
know what? I should lose 1/6. I probably did
Yeah,
about that.
right.
So can't complain too much. And over here, yeah, we beat the dogs over into the Vargolf. That's
I'm
beautiful.
so sad. That's like a freshly painted, awesome model that I was really excited to have on the table. No,
He's going to die.
Yep.
And,
Spoiler alert.
and yeah, the Peg Knights take care of the unit. They tried to get the charge into the next unit and failed it by an inch. She's just going to charge me. And we go to VC turn 2. So, bottom right, Archon charges Trebuchet.
Yeah.
So tell me about the 2 vampires and your Blood Knights.
What do you want to know about him?
Basically, he didn't do anything with him. He stood right there and said, "Charge me."
There's nothing to charge, but I feel like honestly, I'm gonna lose I can lose the knights, the blood knights, but those 2 vampires can just blend everything. Yeah, I felt good about taking whatever you were gonna send my way. I really wanted to maybe mitigate. So I know that unit fighting the Vargolf is probably going to turn around and get in my flank. And I don't know if I'm going to get the Peg Knights in the rear. And I've got possibly Theodoric and your unit of Knights Errant coming in the front. And I'm not sure I want all of that, but I can probably mitigate some of it.
If I could get all 4 of those in there, I would have done it. But I think odds are I certainly get 2, and I don't know. The others are kind of far away.
Yeah, it was kind of weird because I was like, maybe I shouldn't block this up because maybe I just want it to happen and see.
Yeah, it's a killer
if I
unit.
Can just roll amazing.
Yeah, it's a real killer unit. So there's that. There's that. So brings the Terrorgeist over to see if he can work on those knights. During the magic phase, he raises these guys up so they can't help out with the Blood Knight, and I actually let that spell through because I didn't know if I wanted to charge anyway.
Yeah, and guys, this is just 11 zombies. I'm sorry for the black bases. I know you guys don't like those. Painting as fast as I can.
Yeah.
It's hard work. Zombies suck, man. I don't want to paint 100 zombies.
The Terrorgeist kills another 5 knights.
Yeah, you were dying in units of 5s. It looked good.
Yeah, that unit has lost 10 knights since winning combat. Awesome.
Still doing just fine.
So this guy's fully healed and off the table. And yeah, so we easily beat the Vargolf. I took only 1 wound on a paladin in return. We reform. And I'm thinking now I'm just going to charge with 1 unit in the flank and see if I can pop that through combat res. And now this is just a slow grind. So he has both Tomb Banshees and Heinrich Himmler, who all 3 are ethereal. So I'm losing half my attacks.
Yeah, if not more. I think you were losing 3 out of 4 ranks worth of attacks.
Yeah, so I've got, it's going to be tough for him to wound me, but now how am I going to get rid of those guys?
Right.
And let's see, over here, I think you charge me.
Yep.
And I think I won.
Yeah, I know we fought this combat for quite a while. I won one of the rounds and was really excited, and then you held.
Yeah, if you won, that might have been the one you, yeah. So Bretonnia turn 3. So, so I charged the 1 unit knights into the flank of the Blood Knights. I did not charge the Knights Errant into the zombies because I wanted to pull the Prophetess out so she could threaten an Amber Spear. And then I'm just setting my general up so when his Archon comes back on the table, we get into a fight. Yep, I don't think he can get out of charge reach or out of line of sight. And there's that. So he's basically, we get into a challenge, so I'm not going to wound him. So I'm just really hoping that you don't wound me too many times and I get as much combat res as possible.
Yeah, I was hoping with strength 7 to do some real damage. Let me just go ahead and admit this is the point where I forgot that I had the other Trickster Shard and Red Fury on both characters.
For the rest of the game.
For the rest of the game. I remembered at the end of the game.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Yeah, that's really not how you want.
I don't even know what to say. Like, I could say I'm new to vampires, but literally used these abilities last week. Like, did the same. I don't know.
Yeah, that would have helped, certainly.
Yeah.
So this is a magic missile. Is that right?
What?
It looks like I did a 2nd wound to the Terrorgeist.
You Amber Speared.
I Amber Speared it and did a single wound. So it's taken 2 wounds, not nearly as much as I
Really good at
hoped.
rolling ones.
And, he only did 1 wound to my Paladin. No, he didn't do any wounds because Paladin came with a wound.
Yeah,
so,
no, I killed it on the second round of the challenge. You saved. I think I did 4 wounds to it, and you saved all at strength 7, and you saved all 4.
Because that's how you win with Bretts.
That's how you do it. Just roll 5s.
And so with Combat Res, we popped the unit. What you could have done? You could have kept one knight alive and put a wound on a vampire and grown it back later.
That's true.
So, but whatever. He reforms. It looks like that. I'm still confident about that, but these vampires are nasty. And this is just a grind. I'm winning every time through sheer combat res. But yeah. And over here, yeah, Pegs went to town.
Yeah, we're just holding still.
So vampire counts turn 3. Not a whole lot of movement going on, right?
No, I'm perfectly willing to stand in front of you guys with zombies.
Yeah, this is a good move. Put him right in front of the wall. I didn't think about that. So I'm -1 to hit in the turn I charge. And you're going to scream at me. You do charge the rear of the Peg Knights.
I think that's the turn I won.
Yeah,
Was when I had the rear charge.
that would make sense.
And then I keep screaming.
Only killed 2 this time.
Yeah.
That was nice.
I think you made a couple saves, a couple 6-ups. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was rough.
you were rolling pretty high on the
Mm-hmm.
2d6.
Doing good screams.
And so after this, we're kind of wearing that unit down a little bit, but
Yeah.
I
I honestly didn't think you'd ever wear that unit down completely.
Well, with that unit, I wouldn't have. I mean, but if I can get Peg Knights in there, Peg Knights handle skeletons very
Right.
nicely. And yeah, I actually thought I would do more wounds here, but didn't happen. And we go to Bretonnian's turn 4, so my Knights Errant charge the zombies.
Finally fighting those zombies.
And I had to think long and hard about it because I was thinking that I have the game won without killing Archon. Why take the chance?
Right.
And then I decided, what are we here for?
I mean, that's kind of why we're playing the scenarios, right? The whole thing is about Theodoric fighting Archon and dying.
Yeah, so it was his
in
last
the story,
charge.
So
4 attacks, I'll be -1 to hit.
you're hitting on 4s.
Hitting on 4s, I'll be wounding on 4s. I get a reroll fails, and a 6 wipes you out.
Yeah, no saves, so it's just 6s to kill.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Peg Knights come in here, so that'll be helpful. And yeah, so I hit 1 out of 3. I don't do a single wound. The best thing that could have happened, well, I shouldn't say that. I don't do any wounds. You do 2 wounds.
Yep.
So I had a charge, and you won by 1, and then I failed it, and you ran me down.
Yeah. Weirdly, what would have been worse was if you had wounded me.
If I had wounded you once, we would have stuck.
Yeah.
It would have been 2 to 2.
Yeah.
And then I'd have 1 more chance to kill you. But then again, let's say I hit twice.
Right. Yeah. The worst possible thing that could have happened is if you had wounded me and I had killed you.
Yes.
Because then the game ends and I win.
Yeah.
So you lost your general here, but he's not. Are we checking to see if that's correct?
Bear with me. The defender wins immediately if Theodoric is removed as a casualty after he has inflicted at least 1 wound. Yeah, because I was thinking Archon has taken a wound, but it wasn't from Theodoric.
Gotcha.
Anyway, so that would have been the worst. Yeah, I agree. If I'd done 1 wound to you, that happened. So, but now, I don't know. I'm glad it's turn 4 because now Archon, this big monster, is flying around the battlefield. Yeah, this is not going well. But the only thing I'm going from here is I'm steadfast. I've got 1 paladin left, five Knights Errant. Ugh. But yeah, Peg Knights.
They just wrecked butt.
Yeah, Peg Knights are just really nice against. I like Peg Knights. So Vampire counts turn 4. So Archon did not charge my Knight unit.
I couldn't see him.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
We actually measured the arc and he couldn't see him.
That's right.
So I was sad.
Not a whole lot of movement going on besides Archon just moving up a little bit. And the terror guys, I was worried about failing my terror test, but I passed it. But you get to scream at me before we fight, so that kind of sucks.
Yeah, I was like at this point going, hey, I need to maybe get some points, and that other combat was sunk.
Yeah. So you scream and only did 3 wounds.
I think I did. Yeah. Again, you saved a bunch of 6-ups.
I think I rolled 2 6-ups, but again, you're rolling like 8 or 9 or 10 every day you're down.
Sure.
Yeah, I know. But oh my god! Oh, the Tomb Banshees. First of all, we forgot.
First of all, I forgot to scream with them.
And then they screamed and never did anything.
Yeah, and then one of them exploded your unit.
Yeah, rolled boxcars. And I'm dying in 5s. This is the 3rd time where 5 Knights died from something.
Yeah, you should raise more up.
Yes, I should. And look at this. I mean, you went to town last time. This time, with 2 vampires, you really did very little. It was
Yeah, it's again, if you make those ward saves, that's all there is to it. It wasn't very lucky, and I was really hoping. I just need the one more wound to
yeah.
make it happen, and I just keep not getting it.
It wasn't just more. You were rolling badly to hit
Yeah.
too. And after combat, yeah. So the big bus of Skeldies with three characters, one of whom is kind of expensive,
Yep.
got popped.
Yeah, there's probably that's probably a good solid 700 or 800 point unit.
Yeah.
Because Kimmler's really expensive. So yeah, they blew up. I'm hoping the woods will be my friend. Just take out the rest of the unit for me.
It should do 5.
Yeah.
Right. So Brett's turn 5. So the BSB's unit goes to the Terrorgeist and the Peg Knights stuck around. I thought you were going to win that.
Lost, and you lost by a couple, and then made the you kept making great. I think you passed every break check you took this game.
Yeah, well, it's helpful. See, if you do that, you win games.
It's like, that's the pro strategy.
Let's see. The Knights Errant went to the flank of the Vampire character unit. Just, again, hoping to get lucky with saves and get some combat res.
Cool with that, guy.
Because you only have a handful of wounds.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, whatever. But the problem is if I don't do that, then you in combat reform on my turn and charge on your turn.
Right.
And I couldn't have that.
Yeah.
So there's that. The Woods didn't kill any.
I know. Terrorgeist, he's probably going to die. It's sad.
After combat, we all stick around.
You got Wild Form off there, which helped. And
which did nothing.
I think we just broke even on that combat.
Yeah. And over here, Terrorgeist pops, of course. We reform, so, yeah, it looks like that. And
it looks like I'm dead in this picture. I'm totally not, guys. I'm fine.
So this is the Vampire Council. There's nothing else going on in Vampire Council. We just went to combat. We did magic, did combat, and everybody, you're not doing a whole lot of wounds to
You
me.
stuck around. It was good. Yeah, I think you were on like a 6. You stuck around.
Yeah, this unit was steadfast, but then I've a single paladin. You've killed the rest of the unit. The paladin's still there on 1 wound, needing a 6, and he's stuck. And we go to your turn, and
that's it.
No, that was your turn. That's the game. So
yeah, that's it.
The vampire has Archon and 2 vampires left.
Bro, that's still that's like 1,700 points. I don't know. Yeah, you got a good win there. You definitely. If you guys stick around through all 17 of these battle reports, I am definitely going to learn to play this army at some point. Like you can watch it happen. But that was definitely. I really was kicking myself. There's some really sloppy moments on my part, like the Vargolf. And the forgetting Red Fury and the other Trickster Shards. Those are huge things.
I think those are the biggest. Even your general not being in the thick of things, because you were hiding them from my general and from Trebuchets, so I think that might have been a good trade-off. So I don't think that's a bad decision. I think the Vargolf was bad positioning, and forgetting the other Trickster Shard and Red Fury didn't help.
I would have plowed through that unit in probably the first or second combat versus the 10th. So, but we'll get it, and what do you say at the end? I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's it for Scenario 2. So
see you next time.
Hope
Scenario 3, we're going to borrow a Skaven army or something.
Yeah.
And my Black Knights are core.
Awesome.
And the Blood Knights are special, and I'm going to include them just because they're in the scenario.
Fan-freaking-tastic. All right. Take care.
Hey everyone, Once Bitten here. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. As you know, YouTube has several functions you can use to interact with videos such as this. You can like the video, you can leave a comment, you can favorite the video. I want you to know that I appreciate it when you do things like that. It feels much more interactive than simply me talking to a screen. So if you're willing to do so, please like, comment, and favorite the videos. Subscribe to the channel if you want, and you certainly are welcome to share this video on your blog or other websites if you are so inclined. Again, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.